If you want to know how to get that nice vlogging setup for under $700, then you've come to the right video. So let's get right into it. If you're on a budget and you want a vlogging setup, this is how to get a vlogging setup under $700, and here's all that you'll need. Let's start out with the microphone. This is the Rode Video Micro, and I got it for $60 over at Amazon. Now let's take a look at the tripod. This is the Joby Gorilla Action Tripod, and I got it for $30 over at Amazon as well. Now let's take a look at the actual camera. This is the Panasonic Lumix G7. I got it for $600, still got it at Amazon. So now let's take a look at the overall cost. We got the microphone cost $60, GorillaPod cost $30, and camera cost $600. And after we add all of these up together, the total will be $690, just under $700. And I'm gonna put the link down in the description so that you can take a look at these prices. So now let's take all these three items and combine them together and set up the vlogging setup. Let's take a look at the camera. The bundle I got from Amazon for the camera included a lens. This lens is 14 to 42 millimeters, which you see right here. And this lens is actually included in the price of $600. Now let's take a look at the body itself. This is the actual body of the camera. I got the silver one. There's another option for black, but I chose silver because it's looking pretty smooth right now. Now we got this cool looking thing. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a sun visor head or something. I'm not sure. But now let's install the lens. It's pretty straightforward, really. Take the cap off, really plug it in, match the red dots, twist it until you hear the click, and there it is. And install this cool looking thing to make your vlogging setup look cooler than it already is. There you go. So this camera records in 4K at a max at 60 frames per second, and what I really like about this is that it has a flip screen that's also touch screen, so it makes manual focusing easy. Okay, moving on to the microphone. Here's the dead cat, and this is the microphone itself. Again, this is the Rode Video Micro, and this is the shock mount that comes with it. And here you see the indent that meets the shock mount. This is where the microphone meets the shock mount. So you just slip it in there, and you slip it all the way to that indent until they match, until it stays put. Okay, there you go. Okay, now let's install the dead cat. Now the entry hole to the dead cat is rubber, so what you want to do when you push it in, you want to twist it so that the rubber will actually stick onto the material of the mic so it won't fall off while you're recording. Now that we have the microphone all set up, and now that we have the camera all set up as well, let's combine those two. Let's set up the microphone onto the camera. And to get this hot shoe out, just simply open the flash up, slip the hot shoe out, and just close the flash. So the microphone input jack is on the left side of the camera, and I'm going to show you a way how to wrap your cable neatly as to where it won't get in the way while recording. And with the microphone, simply just slip it in the hot shoe, slip it in again, there you go, and just tighten it up, and there you go. That's really all there is to it. And the cable, and then just plug in the cable. And what you want to do is go around the front of the microphone so that the cable won't be in the way. It won't be in the way of the touchscreen, and then just simply connect it to the other end onto the camera, just like that. So make sure all the cables are neat, nothing is in the way, there's no tension on either connections. That's really important. We don't want to wear out this cable immediately. And what's cool about this is that these connectors, you see those little ridges on the connectors, that's for us to tuck in the wire into so that it will keep the wire intact. You see that? It's tucked in so that the wire won't move. It won't move by itself. It's steady, it's stable, and it's really tucked in. Okay, so now that's done, now let's connect the tripod. This GorillaPod comes with a plate that we install under the camera so that we are able to mount the camera and use it on the tripod itself. So in order to do that, just take the plate and simply screw it to the bottom of the camera. While you're screwing it, make sure the plate is facing the right direction. So the way to do that is just simply hold it in place and tighten it with a coin. So as soon as you're done tightening it, that plate is ready to go and the camera is ready to be mounted. So just simply slip it on until you hear that click, And there you go. All 3 items are set up together: camera, microphone, and tripod. Simply just install the battery. I didn't show it in this video, but do that. Take the lens cap off and flip the screen and start vlogging. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is what the main menu looks like, or simply the heads-up display looks like. And if you look to the bottom left of the screen, you'll see the microphone level indicator. It's working and the microphone is plugged in because I see the microphone logo. So that's a pretty neat feature they added. Now I'm going to give a camera tour to all the buttons and knobs and dials. So let's take a look at the right side. Here you see the on and off switch, and to the left of that is what we call the mode dial. And this dialer will allow you to choose what kind of recording mode you want to be on. Taking a look at the other side, this dial is called the drive mode dial, and this dial allows you to choose what kind of shots you want to take, like single, burst, or even time-lapse. Then we have the cursor buttons right next to the screen, which allows us to navigate throughout the menus of the whole camera. And then we have the rear dial and the front dial. And there you have it. This is really what the setup looks like. And we combine all of them, including the camera, the microphone, and the tripod. Now I want to add a little bit of personal touch to this because I had trouble with the plate and the mount of this tripod, and the problem is that when I put the plate, it wiggles a little bit, and with the weight of the camera it's a little bit shaky when you move it around, so that causes trouble. So whenever I moved it, it shook and it wasn't really stable, and that causes problems for the recordings. But I came up with a quick and easy solution if you ever come across this problem. See, when I take this off, you'll see that I put some magic tape on it. That's about 6 layers of magic tape, and that's really to fill in the gap and any spaces that's causing the shakiness of this. Now it's solid. And another problem I had was the jingle jangles on each side of the camera, and if you're Casey, you cut it off. But for me, I simply just taped it down because I might need it in the future when I need some strap. So overall, I think this setup is really great. It's for vloggers who want a vlog setup that has good quality for under $700. And you can always definitely get a better camera with a better quality, but that would be way more expensive. But then you can always go to a cheaper price, although that will get you a poorer quality. And so with this setup, I think it's a really good balance between the budget, with the high budget and the low budget, the high quality and the low quality. I think this is really in the middle. You're still getting good quality. Not in the middle. I say 3/4. You're getting really good quality at a really decent price. It's not cheap, but it's really not that expensive. If you compare this price of this camera to the other competitors of this G7, Lumix G7, this price is really great. The competitors of this camera are around $1,000. This is at $500, $600. Sometimes it's $500 when there's a price drop, so watch out for that. Looking past the gear, it's really all about getting the job done, but with this, it really does get the job done, and it produces really great quality at a low price. The bottom line of all this is that this is a really good starter setup for those who wanted to get into vlogging. Just like myself, 2 months ago I really started vlogging. All I had was the GoPro Hero 5, so I really maximized the use of my Hero 5, so I got a vlogging setup with it. I got this tripod that you saw, I got the Rode Video Micro, and I really put it all together and had a vlogging setup. And for 2 months, that is what I had. And so for 2 months I really crafted my skill, and then there came a time where I said I wanted a better camera, so then I got this camera. For those who really want to start vlogging, I recommend this camera. I really recommend the setup because it's cheap and it really gives you great quality. But an opinion for me is, if you don't have this setup and you want to start vlogging, my recommendation, just start out with whatever camera you have right now at home. And if you don't have a camera, I'm sure you have a smartphone, vlog with that. Use that first before spending money on a vlogging setup to see if you really like vlogging. When I say vlogging, I'm also talking about making videos of any kind. I really recommend starting with whatever camera you have, and then when the time comes that you really feel like you need an upgrade in quality, get this set up. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys find this video very informational. I hope it helped you guys, and I hope for the new vloggers, you will find vlogging fun. Make sure you like it and be sure to subscribe to my channel, and you'll get more informational videos and more vlogs, and just watch my videos.